Today, we're diving deep into a topic that might sound a little scary, but trust me, understanding it is one of the most powerful things you can do for your financial future. What if financial collapse wasn't some random, unpredictable catastrophe? What if it was actually a process? A predictable one. I'm talking about a kind of economic disease with recognizable symptoms that, if you know how to look, appear every single time. History is full of economic disasters, and on the surface, they can all seem unique, right? Different countries, different eras, different reasons. But if you zoom out, if you look closer, you'll start to see the same pattern repeating over and over. It's like a 5-stage playbook for failure. And here's the game changer. If you understand this script, you don't have to be caught on stage when the curtain dramatically falls. You can be an observer, a strategist, not just an actor in the play. Let's break down this blueprint. It always begins with stage 1, the unquestioned consensus. This is where a belief becomes so strong, so widely accepted, that it feels less like an opinion and more like a law of nature. Think about it. Homes only go up in value. Stocks are a one-way bet. Our central bank has everything completely under control. These are phrases we've all heard, right? In the roaring 1920s, it was the belief that the stock market had entered a permanently high plateau. Sounds pretty confident, doesn't it? Then, in the early 2000s, it was the widespread conviction that new financial engineering had somehow eliminated risk entirely. This isn't just simple optimism, folks. This is a collective suspension of doubt. It's when the system isn't just trusted. It becomes invisible. It's the very water we swim in, and because we don't question it, we don't even see it. And let me tell you, that state of unquestioning belief is the most dangerous state of all. When everyone agrees without asking why, that's often when the seeds of trouble are sown. Then, inevitably, comes stage 2. This is where governments, banks, or powerful institutions quietly begin to dilute the very foundation of the economy. Think about the Roman emperors secretly reducing the silver content in their denarius coins. Same face on the coin, less real value inside. Today, it looks a bit different. It's the slow, steady increase in national debt, ballooning beyond any reasonable ability to repay. It's the explosion of complex, hidden leverage in the financial system, just like we saw building up 4 years before the 2008 crash. The crucial part about the eroder is that it's invisible to most people. The numbers on your screen stay the same, your paycheck still says the same amount, but its real, tangible purchasing power, its actual value, has begun to leak away, little by little. The eroder works silently, in the shadows, weakening the system from within. A fragile system can limp along like this for years, sometimes even decades, without anyone truly noticing the rot, until, that is, it meets stage 3. This is the external shock, the unexpected event that suddenly reveals the hidden weaknesses that stage 2 has created. It's the 1973 OPEC oil embargo that slammed an already inflation-ridden America. It was the outbreak of World War I, which shattered the first era of globalization and massive interconnectedness. More recently, the COVID-19 pandemic forced central banks into overdrive, printing unprecedented amounts of money to keep things afloat. Now, here's a critical distinction. The stressor itself isn't the collapse. It's the test. It's the moment the system faces an extreme challenge, and a system that's already been weakened, hollowed out by stage 2, is about to fail spectacularly. Think of it this way. The eroder built the tinderbox, carefully arranging the dry wood and kindling. The stressor, that's the spark. It lights the fuse. And once that happens, things can accelerate terrifyingly fast. This leads us right into stage 4, the breaking of trust. This is the point of no return. It is the moment when trust, that invisible fuel that makes all economies run, suddenly evaporates. And it happens with terrifying speed. Imagine Weimar, Germany, where people realized their money was becoming worthless so rapidly that they'd get paid and literally run to the stores to spend it before prices changed again. Or think about the 2013 Cyprus crisis, where people woke up one morning to find a percentage of their bank accounts simply confiscated. They called it bail-ins. This is a truly catastrophic stage. It's the bank run. It's the hyperinflation. It's frozen accounts, supply chain breakdowns, and a pervasive sense of panic. It feels like a sudden, unexpected heart attack, doesn't it? But remember, it was a disease, quietly festering for decades. At this point, the system is feeding on itself, driven by fear and a complete loss of faith in institutions and currencies. And finally, we arrive at stage 5. The new reality. After the dust settles, after the crash, comes the new landscape. And sadly, it's often a world marked by brutal inequality. The old rules are dead. Paper wealth, all those digital numbers in your online accounts, can be annihilated, wiped out in an instant. But here's the crucial part. Real wealth, things like productive land, sustainable businesses, essential commodities, and yes, even gold, hasn't actually disappeared. It's just been transferred. The winners in this scenario? Those who saw these stages unfolding, those who understood the script, and those who moved their value into assets that could survive the fire. The losers. The vast majority who never knew the script existed, who continued to believe in the unquestioned consensus until it was too late. Look at the Great Depression. The savvy investors, like Joseph P. Kennedy, got out before the crash, and then bought up valuable assets for pennies on the dollar. Everyone else was left holding stock certificates for companies that no longer existed. So, what's the antidote to this repeating 5-stage cycle? It's not some magic stock ticker or a secret cryptocurrency. It's a way of thinking, a mental framework that empowers you. First, cultivate historical awareness. You've just seen the blueprint, the pattern. Now you can't unsee it. This knowledge is your shield. Second, learn to distrust the consensus. When everyone agrees on something as an absolute truth, that's your cue to pause and ask critical questions. The most dangerous phrase in any language when it comes to markets is, "This time, it's different." Because usually, it isn't. Third, focus on tangible value. In every economic season, whether things are booming or busting, ask yourself, what truly holds value when the digital numbers on a screen blink out? It's often what it's always been. Productive land that yields food, essential commodities, precious metals like gold and silver that have stood the test of time, and above all, practical skills that can provide for yourself and your community. Financial collapse isn't some great mystery. It's a pattern. It's a trap that has ensnared empires and nations for millennia. The goal here isn't to live in fear, but to build resilience. It's about being able to see the system clearly, so you are no longer its unwitting victim. You can be one of the few who reads the script, instead of just acting blindly in the play. If you found this breakdown insightful, and you want to learn more about how to spot these stages unfolding in our world today, and critically, how to build your own financial firewall, then please hit that subscribe button. Let's keep deciphering the blueprint, together, and empower ourselves for whatever the future holds. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.